Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Harith Hakimi bin Hanafi. So today I will address a topic that evokes a strong emotion and ethical consideration, which is assisted suicide. It is my belief that assisted suicide is fundamentally wrong, and I will present the argument to support this stance. So as for the initial, assisted suicide is the act of intentionally aiding another person in ending their own life. So this topic has sparked intense debate across the globe. Proponents argue that it offers a compassionate choice for those who are suffering from terminal illnesses or maybe an unbearable pain. So however, I firmly contend that assisted suicide is ethically and morally problematic. So I will outline several reasons to support this perspective. So as for first and the foremost, the inherent value of human life is a fundamental principle that should be preserved for everyone. Each life is precious and deserving of a protection. Assisted suicide challenge this notion by implying that life can be disposed anytime of or at will, and that some lives are not worth even living. Embracing such a practice risks and diminishing the sanctity of human life and opening the door to a society where certain individuals may be seen as burdensome or expendable. Second is the potential for abuse and coercion in assisted suicide cannot be ever understood. While safeguards may be put in the place to protect vulnerable individuals, they can never be foolproof, such as elderly, those who with disabilities, and those who suffering from mental illnesses may be particularly susceptible to external pressure, be it from family members, caregivers, or societal expectation. So by legalizing assisted suicide, expose this vulnerable population to the risk of coercion, which is the potential leading to a premature death against their true desire. Moreover, the medical profession's primary duty is to preserve life, alleviate suffering, and provide a compassionate care. Assisted suicide runs counter to this principle, transforming a physician into an agent of death rather than be a healer and a caregiver. It places an immense ethical burden on a healthcare provider who have pledged to their own self to do no harm to the patient. Assisting in the death of a patient directly conflict with their professional obligation to offer the best possible care and support. So now let us address the request for real data on the number of assisted suicide cases. The total figures from around the world are hard to collate, but figures from the Switzerland show that the number of those who living in the country who underwent assisted suicide rose from 187 in 2003 to 965 in 2005. According to the 2017 Regional Euthanasia Review Committee, which is RTE, in the Netherlands, there were 6,585 cases of voluntary euthanasia or assisted suicide. About 96% of cases involve euthanasia, with less than 4% is assisted suicide. So there are certain ways to prevent the assisted suicide. So here are the few key points to consider when aiming to prevent the assisted suicide. So the first one is enhancing the palliative care. We must prioritize the improvement and accessibility of palliative care services. Palliative care focuses on providing comprehensive support and pain management for individuals who facing a serious illnesses or condition, and by investing these services, we can ensure that the patient receive the best yet possible care, comfort, and the quality of life during their final stage. So as for the next one is the mental health support. Many individuals contemplating assisted suicide may be struggling with mental health issues such as depression, anxiety, or feelings, and maybe hopelessness. By prioritizing their mental health and servicing and offering adequate support system, we can address the underlying psychological factors that may contribute to a person's desire for assisted suicide. Through a counseling therapy and other intervention, we can help them find hope, resilience, and alternative solution. The third one is encourage dialogue. It is essential to foster open and honest discussion about death, dying, and end life of decision within our society. By encouraging conversation about the advanced care, planning, living will, and the importance of communication one's wish to loved ones and healthcare provider, we can empower individuals to make informed choices that align with their values and beliefs. Last but not least is the legal safeguard. Establishing a robust legal safeguard is crucial to prevent the misuse and the abuse of assisted suicide. Any legislation surrounding assisted suicide should include strict eligibility criteria through evaluation processes and appropriate oversight to ensure the vulnerable individuals are not coerced or pressured into making irreversible decision. So this safeguard must prioritize the protection of those who may be the most susceptible to exploitation, such as elderly or individuals with disabilities. So in conclusion, assisted suicide raises profound ethical concern and challenge the principle of respect for human life and the medical profession role. And by embracing assisted suicide, we risk devaluing human life, facilitating abuse and coercion, and fundamentally altering the sacred nature of the healthcare organization. And so let us prioritize our compassion by providing a high-quality palliative care, psychological support, and enhancing the end-life experience rather than endorsing a practice that undermines the inherent worth of every human being. That's all from me. Thank you very much.